What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, figured we do a little mid-season race review or season review on my part, and show you guys what the quad's looking like now. You guys seen it when it was probably about the beginning of March, end of getting towards time to race. You guys seen it. But it was bare plastic. There was nothing on them. Nothing on it, I don't think. There might have been handguards. I don't think there was even handguards on there. So we're going to pull this thing up, and I'm going to show you guys. Actually, you know what? I'll just take you over there. So you haven't seen it since, unless you race with me, but if you don't, and you don't, know what it looks like yet, here's your chance to look at it. So there you go. Got these real nice TIU graphics done by David Worthen with the Syker handguards. Everything else is the same. These are new. These I got at the beginning of the season. The bars and the grips are new because I changed those out a few weeks ago because, well, we'll get to that in our race review. So, yeah, number 42 machine's looking pretty good. Got the name on it. Got my name on it. Our team name. My sponsor. My other few, O'Neill, ODI, Syker, Extreme's not a sponsor, it's just a series I run, but I throw them on there because they've been really good to me. This is my stepdad's shop, by the way. He's always around to really help when I need help with this thing. And this is my uncle's side, the side I work on, actually. So, figured, didn't have him on the main graphics kit, but I knew he had stickers, so we'd throw him on the handguards just to show him that we cared. So, everything else is the same old wheels. Actually, oh no, they're not the same tires. These tires are new, or they were new. These are what I got at the beginning of the season. They're GBC XC Masters, and you can still see they got the lines on them. Yeah, these are new. So new tires. So basically the big change was new tires, new bars, new grips, graphics, handguards. Other than oil change, that's about it. Brake pads, I had to do that. Everything else is literally the same. There's nothing different. I guess I did bend them a little bit. I guess I bent my steering stem a little bit. Oh well. I can still ride it. So, if it's not blown up and it's still drivable, I gotta race it because I'm not really made out of money. So, kind of just fending off for myself here. Nah, I got a lot of help. So, the mid-season review. Season's been rough. Last season, I went fourth in points out of 20 or so riders, which that was my first season on the 400, and that was my second season running for points. So I felt really good about it. I was real happy that I did that, and I held up with the guys up top, and yeah, I was like 20 points. I was 20 points behind the third place rider, but he was also really good. So you had the top three, like the really good guys in D class, and then you had me, and then the rest of us. We were just getting in. So had good points then. This year, I was looking to hopefully stay the same, get fourth again, maybe third. But the season hasn't been too nice to me. Like I said, those are new wheels or new tires. So, and the tires that were on there before that have never been taken off since they were put on for years. So this thing sat around with the old tires on it forever. So the beads were nasty. I had to clean the beads. And the first race was rough. That was definitely not my favorite race. We've run actually some new tracks this year. Let me grab, actually, I'm going to grab the schedule if I still have it up here. Okay. So this isn't the up-to-date schedule because they have changed some things. The Riverbend Rally in Bloomfield, that was Bloomfield Hauler for MWXC. That track was rough. It was real rough because MWXC used to run the crap out of it, and due to them running the crap out of it, made it really rough for us coming back to it. So I was running good. I had a good pace. I was not by any means up high in standing. That was definitely one of the ones where I lost a lot of people because I got stuck behind a guy that got stuck, so that it held a bunch of us up, but he got stuck and wouldn't get out of the way, so I lost dang near half of my class. And I mean, I just couldn't gain back up because they were so far. I mean, they had probably a good 10-minute lead on me. The guy in third had 10 minutes in front of me. So 10 to 12, I had about 15 minutes till I got to the first guy in my row. So I was stuck behind him. And I didn't really go for the whole shot, but somehow I still made it out with a good whole shot because I think half the guys got washed out to the side, so I kind of cut the middle and somehow got in front of a bunch of people. Didn't really matter because I got towards the middle, coming towards the end of the track to go for my second lap, and it would have been the right rear popped off. So that was upsetting. I was real upset about it. Not happy at all. In my GoPro footage that I had, I won't release it because it's just I have to have a good race to release GoPro footage, and I haven't had it. So not a good race. So I'm not going to release the footage for that. If I have a good race next race, I'm actually going to take I haven't GoPro'd any video. I haven't GoPro'd any races since. Just bad luck this season. So first round, got out, couldn't fix my tire, I was out. Finished the lap, got done with it, pulled off, was done. I could not finish on 3 tires and risk destroying my new one. So second round, which would have been Deer Camp in Bloomfield. Deer Camp I did finish. I think I ended up running, I was actually doing pretty good too. Didn't have a good whole shot. Whole shot was sketchy. The whole shot, so you came down. If you raced Oliver's Hills and Haulers last year, how the whole shot you came down the hill. It was kind of like a not very steep hill. Down the hill, and it was just immediately hang right. And you just had to keep holding right until you got on a straight, and then you had about 10 seconds. You had about 5 seconds of straight to get into the woods. If you raced it then you know. But Deer Camp, finished that one. That was, I wouldn't say a good race because I got stuck. It was muddy, and I got stuck. I was making good lines, and then I just blanked out and picked the worst line I could, so I was stuck. Got unstuck. Finished the race. Didn't do any good in points or anything like that because it was not a good time. Third race, which would have been Tree Tango for me. I missed a round because I graduated high school, so Tree Tango. Did I finish Tree Tango? I'm trying to remember if I finished Tree Tango. No, I didn't. I popped my other tire. Okay, so Tree Tango. Going through, and I was behind a guy from row 3. Mind you, I'm in row 7. Row 7? I'm farther behind Tree. So I'm behind this guy in row 3 because, you know, I was a little far back, but I also was catching up. I was passing. So this guy in row 3 was behind. Mind you, I was probably 5th. No, I wouldn't even get 5th. Maybe 10th. Not even 10th, like 8th. We'll go 8th. I was 8th out of the 20-something that was riding because a lot of them were getting stuck at a hill and muds, and somehow this thing makes it through mud, but the moment you need it to go flat, it just dies. I don't know. I can get through mud and all that. So I'm getting through mud, getting unstuck, getting through these places, you know, holding a good pace, keeping it going. Behind this guy in row 3, I'm thinking, and there's 2 lanes, and I'm beside him. Like, I'm trying to pass him. I can't make it to this left lane fast enough, so I have to go in the rock pit. That takes out my other rear tire. So it pops off the bead. I stop. I'm in the middle of the woods. I can't get out by myself. Guy comes by, he pulls me out. I go back to the trailer. I'm like, hey, tires popped. Do we have another one? No, you don't. Okay, then I'm done. I was done. Then moving on. So Oliver's Hills and Hollers for this year got postponed to later in the season. Actually, it might actually be the next race after this weekend. This weekend's the Maumee Coal Rush. Might be a pretty good race because that one is supposed to be at ATV riding park, and riding parks normally have pretty wide open and fast places. And I'm pretty sure it's a motocross track, so had to miss Parsons this year, which would have been Dust Devil? Yes, Dust Devil, I think. I think it was Dust Devil. Yeah, it was. It was Dust Devil they raced at Parsons. I was upset because I like Parsons. But this next race is Maumee Coal Rush, which I said that, but Oliver's Hills and Hollers is pushed back. This last race, which was Insanity at the Sanatorium, that's the old Ghost Town track. If you guys raced MWBXC or you're into this kind of racing and you've looked up MWBXC and seen Ghost Town Throwdown, that's where we went. It's the old mental hospital and asylum for crazy people, the Crazy House in Indiana. So we went down there to race on it. That race was fun. People were like, "Oh, this track's gonna be so hard. It's so tough. It's so hilly." Nah, Extreme made it fun. So yeah, there was hills, but oh my God, it's just something about racing there just kind of pumped me up. I was super excited because it was a fun place. So if you were having a good race, I mean, I was doing okay, but so what happened on the whole shot, I was waiting because I was not going to get caught up in a big pile. So I let all these guys below me file into that center, that middle down by the tree, and they all got stuck. So I was probably, we'll go with 7th in the woods. Actually, I probably could count it. I'll probably count it. Flying through, get past, you know, get down, and then if you're not having a good race, this place, you pull out of the woods and there's just a hospital, and you're like, dude, this is cool. And you're racing, and you're on like pavement, and it's just you have to go there and see it to understand how cool. And abandoned houses and old, you know, everything. It's just something really cool to be at. So we're going through the woods, big hills. The Pro Hill and the bypass were the same thing. So if you didn't go up the Pro Hill, you went up the bypass, which was worse than the Pro Hill. So if I would have made it the second lap, I probably would have hit Pro Hill, which is the same thing but easier. It was smoother. They both were like this, so it doesn't really matter. And I was real scared because the kid in front of me that was his first race, so I was waiting for him to go up that hill and kill it while I'm behind him. That wouldn't have been fun. He would have came back on me, and I would have went down the hill, and that would have hurt really bad. So which didn't end up saving me anyways because I ended up flipping anyways. So I got up Pro Hill. This is my second lap. Yes, second lap. I come through. You know, I have a video of it. I might be able to throw it in there. I don't know. Second lap coming through. Get past the first big hill. Go past the second big hill. Go past the third big hill. Get to mile 2. The mile 2 hill. If I had a marker board, I'd draw it, but I don't. So the hill was sitting like this. Not a terrible hill. It was an easy hill. Problem is, a bunch of people were roughing it up. There was no good lines, to my knowledge at the time. So there's about 4 lanes. You had one where you could go. So we'll say that you're standing at the top of it. So you can see me come up the first lane, which you came around the turn, up, off to the side, and across. That one was tore up and slick. I wasn't going to go up it. A lot of people were getting stuck on it. Second lane was a straight up to the little small turn to the right, or to the left. Third lane, you literally meet back up in the middle. There was a fourth lane that I didn't see, barely touched. Perfect line. You go off the side of the hill, come up it, get in those deep ruts, you go right off and on with your day. I didn't see that, so I try to book it up the middle. I get to the middle and there's roots, so bounce up and down these roots. That's enough to lift the back wheels up. So the moment I touch the ground again, I go to give it more gas, it cuts out, it dies. I go to reach for the clutch, don't get the clutch. Here comes Braden on his back. There goes the four-wheeler. I'm thinking, oh, please be okay, please be okay. I can get back up this hill, I see that lane now. Flip the quad over, my bars are bent down, okay, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's all it is, I can pull those back up. Well, you know how bars are supposed to sit level? Well, it would have been my left side, so you're seeing it as the right side right now. It was like that. Maybe it's not as bad because the bars are bent down. No, it was as bad as I was thinking. So, you know, this season's just not been it. I had to wait, you know, the track sweeps came through. I'm like, I can't get out of here. I can't ride with this because I can't lean where I need to go. I can't turn it if I'm leaning up, and if I lean back, I'll do a wheelie. You don't need to do wheelies. So, yeah, it's a pain. Hopefully, I'm praying to God this next race is going to be a good race. Probably going to be hot, which I'm not excited for, so my girlfriend's really going to be ready for water. Because if I come in for water and I'm salty, it's going to be upsetting. Other than that, trying to put together a good season. It's just, it hasn't been in my favor. I don't know if it's my bad luck with my graphics, because I've heard from other people that your first year of graphics is bad luck. Trying to put, like I said, trying to put together a good season. Did good last year. This year's just not my year, I think. And I'm hoping we do a little better towards the end. So I think we have Maumee, the Patriot, next to the team race, Devil's Holler, and Oliver's. Pretty sure that's it. So we're midway. I think after this race would so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're round 5, I think, or round 6. Went to Riverbend, went to Deer Camp, missed Swamp Rat, Dust Devil, Tree Tango. Oh, so we're on 6. So yeah, I'd say we're probably about mid. We're mid or close to the end, but we got a few races to go. Hopefully the rest of the season I'm not going to make up points by any means, because I mean, 6 races and you haven't done good, that doesn't make any sense. No, yeah, that would make sense because I haven't run 6 races. I mean, only finishing, I think, out of the 5 I got to do, we'll go with So I ran Riverbend. I ran Deer Camp. Deer Camp was a negative. No, Deer Camp. So Riverbend, no. Deer Camp, yes. Tree Tango, no. I ran 3 races, 3 or 4. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because I only finished 1 this year, and the 3 I've had to stop. Okay, yeah, I've run 4 this year. So yeah, not really been that good of a season for me. Really wishing that I could help myself through the rest of the season, but it's going to take a lot. I had to win races to be getting back up in the points. So, and I think even then, placing first in a race now wouldn't even put me up the top 10. I think that's how bad it's been. So, I don't know. Hopefully, we can pick up the rest of the season and do good. Hopefully, the next race I have GoPro footage to put up for you guys. She looks good, but I guess it's just being a pain this year. Everything's going wrong, it feels like. So that's one thing you have to have in racing. One, you'll have your good years and bad years. You're gonna have those bad times. You're gonna have those bad races. You're gonna have those bad starts. You're gonna have those bad days. Some days your quad might not even start. But that's just all part of it. You don't expect to show up to the track and be like, all right, I'm going to win. Think that, yes. Keep that good mindset. Keep the greatest mindset. Say, all right, I'm coming in here. This is my track. This is my race. I'm going to win this. Don't go in thinking, oh, I'm better than you. I'm going to beat you. And then the moment you get put out at the whole shot, you give up. Because I've watched people do that. They'll mouth off saying, oh, I'm so good, and then they get to the whole shot and they're too scared to even put it in first gear. You're going to have those bad days. You're going to have those good days. You're going to have good seasons. You're going to have bad seasons. That's part of racing. No matter where you race, no matter what you do, no matter that's days. That's everyday life. That's life. You'll have good days, you'll have bad days. You'll have good years, you'll have bad years. Basically what racing is. One day you'll wake up and your car don't start. One day you'll wake up and nothing's going right. Well, I've had that happen on the 4-wheeler. I've woke up and I went to leave the house and I just forgot something and I had to go back to the house. And then I got over to the gas station and forgot I needed something. So I went to another gas station, just felt like, and then I went to pre-reg, and then my pre-reg didn't work. So I went to register at the track, and they just took forever, and then I couldn't get this thing. I had to fix my rear brakes, and it wouldn't do it right, and then everything. That was before a race one day, which was the first race this year. Racing's going to be a pain. Life's going to be a pain. You just got to go with it. Be done with it. But anyways, that was my mid-season review. Or overview, I'd say. That's my season so far. So hopefully next race I can get you guys some good GoPro footage. And so you guys can kind of see what's been going on. Or what this next race is going to be like. Like it's Maumee Coal Rush. Sounds pretty cool. If I can imagine this correctly, it's at Maumee Riding Park, ATV, UTV park, off-road park. So hopefully we'll do good. I don't expect to win by any means, but I expect a good finish, depending on how long the track is. Hopefully we do have a good race. I need one for the year. Yes, I finished one, but I want one good race where I can go home and be like, dude, I'm happy with today. I would have been happy with 2 laps at Ghost Town because that was rough. Great track, but it was everything I am scared of to race. So, like I said, this is only my 2nd year running for points and like my 5th year. Not even my 5th. It's like my 4th year ever racing. This is my 2nd full season, and I'm having to hit these giant hills. I've never done it before. And when I did it, I felt so good. I was like, heck yeah, I can do that. Just nailing these big hills in second gear and just praying to God that I make it to the top. But yeah, hopefully next race will be a different story. Hoping to do real good for myself. The rest of my team, Dominic and Cody, are not running right now. They've had some problems with the last race that have set them back. Dominic snapped the upper A-arm, which A-arms are expensive, and Cody was having some overheating issues. So, expensive stuff, and they just got to take a break for a little bit. So I understand, completely understand for them. But anyhow, let's hope for a good race next race. Like I said, I'll try to throw in some GoPro footage if it's a good race. Praying it is a good race. Like I said, see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys don't mind hitting the subscribe button, and then if you want to know something, throw a comment down in the comments. Let's hope for some good luck next race. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys who do watch these videos. I'll probably be back with another one after the next race, which is just this weekend, unless I decide I got something else to do. I might actually go stream some video games, either MX vs. ATV, MXGP 2020, or Supercross 4 or 3. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you guys want to know, comment. I'll answer it. Thank you guys for watching, and please come back for another video. Until then, if you're racing, stay safe. Good luck. Hope you have a great season, the rest of your season. If you're just going on with your day, have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video.